Question 401. Which command is used to test basic network connectivity between two devices? A. Ping. B. nslookup. C. traceroute. D. netstat. Correct answer. A. Ping. The ping command sends ICMP echo requests to a destination to check if it is reachable and measure round-trip time. It is useful for diagnosing connectivity issues. Question 402. Which tool is commonly used to trace and identify cable runs in a network environment? A. Cable tester. B. Toner probe. C. Multimeter. D. Loopback adapter. Correct answer. B. Toner probe. A toner probe, also known as a tone generator and probe, helps network technicians locate specific cables in a bundle by sending an audible signal through the wire. Question 403. What actions should be performed to integrate new features into current hardware devices? A. Upgrading to IPv6. B. Creating clones. C. Applying firmware updates. D. Implementing vulnerability patches. Correct answer. C. Applying firmware updates. Firmware updates play a crucial role in introducing new features, boosting performance, and resolving issues in hardware devices. Manufacturers provide these updates to improve security, compatibility, and functionality, eliminating the need for hardware replacements. Question 404. Which device enables you to connect two networks and discards broadcast traffic? A. Bridge. B. Hub. C. Switch. D. Router. Correct answer. D. Router. A router is designed to connect multiple networks and direct data packets between them based on IP addresses. Unlike switches and hubs, which primarily operate within a single network, routers function at layer 3 of the OSI model, enabling them to filter broadcast traffic and prevent unnecessary network congestion. By discarding broadcasts that do not need to be forwarded, routers enhance network efficiency and security. Question 405. Lena wants to install memory that can detect and correct errors automatically. Which type of memory should she choose? A. Parity memory. B. Non-parity memory. C. ECC. D. None of the above. Correct answer. C. ECC. ECC error correcting code. Memory is designed to detect and correct single-bit memory errors, ensuring higher reliability and stability. It is commonly used in servers and critical computing environments where data integrity is essential. Unlike parity memory, which can only detect errors but not correct them, ECC memory provides an additional layer of protection against data corruption. Question 406. In which layer of the OSI model is MAC addressing located? A. Network. B. Application. C. Data link. D. None of the above. Correct answer. C. Data link. A MAC, Media Access Control Addressing, is a function of the data link layer. It provides unique identifiers for network interfaces, enabling devices to communicate within a local network. MAC addresses are 48-bit hexadecimal addresses assigned to network interface cards and are essential for Ethernet and wireless networking. Question 407. Which network device functions at the data link layer and forwards frames using MAC addresses? A. Router. B. Hub. C. switch. D, repeater. Correct answer. C, switch. Switches operate at layer 2, data link. By forwarding frames based on MAC addresses, they improve network efficiency by sending data only to the intended recipient rather than broadcasting it to all devices like a hub. Routers operate at layer 3, network, and repeaters amplify signals without analyzing MAC addresses. Question 408. Which type of address does a switch use to forward data within a local network? A, IP address. B, MAC address. C, port number. D, subnet mask. Correct answer. B, MAC address. Switches operate at the data link layer, layer 2, and use MAC addresses to forward data frames within a local network. Unlike routers, which use IP addresses at layer 3, switches examine MAC addresses in the frame header to determine the correct destination. Question 409. Which of the following is an advantage of a hybrid cloud model? A, eliminates the need for on-premises infrastructure IP address. B, always costs less than a private or public cloud. C, flexibility to use both private and public cloud resources. D, requires no internet connection to function. Correct answer. C, flexibility to use both private and public cloud resources. A hybrid cloud offers flexibility by allowing organizations to store sensitive data in a private cloud while utilizing public cloud resources for scalability. However, it may still require on-premises infrastructure and does not always cost less than other cloud models. Question 410. Kane is setting up frame relay for point-to-point subinterfaces. Which of the following actions should he avoid during the configuration? A, choose point-to-point as the subinterface type. B, assign an IP address to the physical interface. C, configure a local DLCI on each subinterface. D, activate frame. Relay encapsulation on the physical interface. Correct answer. B, assign an IP address to the physical interface. When configuring frame relay with point-to-point subinterfaces, an IP address should be assigned to each subinterface rather than the physical interface. Assigning an IP address to the physical interface can cause conflicts and improper routing, as subinterfaces are intended to operate independently with their own configurations. Question 411. Which solution enables network administrators to give priority to specific types of network traffic? A, NAC. B, UAC. C, NAT. D, QoS. Correct answer. D, QoS. QoS, quality of service, is a technology that enables network administrators to manage and prioritize different types of network traffic based on their importance. QoS improves performance for critical applications by assigning higher priority to certain data, such as voice or video traffic, over less time-sensitive traffic like file downloads. Question 412. Which of the following are disadvantages of a ring topology? A, ring topology is the least scalable of all the topologies. B, if the hub fails, the entire network could go down. C, the signal degeneration is very high, resulting in need for repeaters. D, if one computer fails or one cable link is down, the entire topology could go down. Correct answer. D, if one computer fails or one cable link is down, the entire topology could go down. A ring topology connects devices in a circular sequence where data travels in one direction. If a single device or cable link fails, the entire network can become inoperable, making the topology less reliable compared to others. Question 413. Company policies require that all network infrastructure devices send system-level data to a central server. Which solution should be put in place to allow the network administrator to access and review device error logs from a central location? A. TACAX plus server. B. Single sign-on. C. Syslog server. D. Wi-Fi analyzer. Correct answer. C. Syslog server. A syslog server collects system logs from network devices, enabling centralized storage and analysis of error messages, system events, and other diagnostic information to simplify network monitoring and troubleshooting. Question 414. Which method is used to allocate bandwidth for different protocols on a network? A. Traffic shaping. B. High availability. C. Load balancing. D. Fault tolerance. Correct answer. A. Traffic shaping. Traffic shaping manages network traffic by allocating specific amounts of bandwidth to certain applications or protocols. This technique helps prioritize important services, enhance overall network efficiency, and reduce congestion by restricting less critical traffic. Question 415. What are the advantages of dial-up over DSL? A. DSL has a fairly short limit of 18,000 feet from the central office. B. Dial-up is faster than DSL. C. Dial-up uses a second phone line for internet. D. None. Dial-up has no advantages over DSL. Correct answer. A. DSL has a fairly short limit of 18,000 feet from the central office. DSL has a known limitation where its signal begins to weaken after about 18,000 feet from the central office, potentially causing slower speeds or connection problems. In comparison, dial-up can function over greater distances from the phone exchange, although it provides significantly slower speeds. Despite being slower, dial-up may be the only available option in rural or remote regions lacking DSL infrastructure. Question 416. Which protocol helps prevent switching loops in a network? A. RTP. B. SRTP. C. RDP. D. STP. Correct answer. D. STP. Spanning Tree Protocol, STP, is a network protocol used to prevent switching loops in Ethernet networks by dynamically identifying and disabling redundant paths. It accomplishes this by designating a root bridge and calculating the shortest path to avoid loops while still allowing redundancy in case of link failures. STP helps maintain a stable and efficient network topology. Question 417. When employees use their personal devices at work, and the administration restricts these devices from accessing the network, what is this process called? A. Onboarding. B. Offboarding. C. Onloading. D. Offloading. Correct answer. B. Offboarding. Offboarding is the process of restricting or removing access to company systems or networks for devices or users that are no longer authorized. Offboarding provides security by ensuring that unauthorized devices cannot connect to the network. Without offboarding, unauthorized devices could access sensitive company resources. Question 418. What is the goal of high availability in network operations? A. To reduce wireless interference. B. To provide continuous access to network resources without interruption. C. To encrypt backup data. D. To manage VLAN configurations. Correct answer. B. To provide continuous access to network resources without interruption. High availability HA involves the use of redundant systems and failover mechanisms to guarantee continuous access to network services. HA minimizes downtime during hardware or software failures. Without HA, a single failure could lead to service outages. Question 419. What information is typically shown in a rack diagram? A. Logical IP address assignment. B. VLAN configurations. C. Physical layout of equipment within a rack. D. Network bandwidth usage. Correct answer. C. Physical layout of equipment within a rack. Rack diagrams illustrate the physical placement of devices such as switches, servers, and patch panels within equipment racks. Rack diagrams provide visual guidance for physical installation and maintenance. Without them, equipment placement could become disorganized. Question 420. How does SSH improve security over Telnet for remote access? A. SSH requires a dedicated physical connection, while Telnet does not. B. SSH encrypts all data, while Telnet sends data in plaintext. C. SSH only works within a local network, while Telnet is used over the Internet. D. SSH does not require authentication, while Telnet does. Correct answer. B. SSH encrypts all data, while Telnet sends data in plaintext. SSH encrypts all transmitted data, including login credentials, preventing attackers from intercepting sensitive information. Telnet, in contrast, transmits data in plaintext, making it vulnerable to eavesdropping and man-in-the-middle attacks. Question 421. How does a hybrid cloud improve business continuity? A. By completely eliminating downtime. B. By storing all data in a single on-premises location. C. By preventing the use of public cloud resources. D. By allowing workloads to be shifted between private and public cloud environments during failures. Correct answer. D. By allowing workloads to be shifted between private and public cloud environments during failures. A hybrid cloud improves business continuity by allowing organizations to shift workloads between private and public cloud environments during failures. This flexibility helps minimize downtime risks compared to depending on a single cloud infrastructure. Question 422. What is the main purpose of a bridge in a network? A. To link two network segments and filter traffic based on MAC addresses. B. To assign IP addresses to network devices. C. To identify the best path for routing packets. D. To boost signals for extended transmission distances. Correct answer. To link two network segments and filter traffic based on MAC addresses. A bridge operates at the data link layer, layer 2, and connects two network segments while filtering traffic using MAC addresses. This helps reduce network congestion by forwarding frames only when necessary. It does not assign IP addresses, perform routing, or amplify signals. Question 423. What is the process for closing a network port? A. By stopping an active service. B. By blocking it through the firewall. C. By setting up an access control list. D. By using anti-malware software. Correct answer. A. By stopping an active service. A network port is closed by stopping the service that is using it. When a service is no longer running, the associated port is no longer open for communication, preventing external access. This is an effective way to reduce security risks by eliminating unnecessary entry points that attackers could exploit. Question 424. What principle ensures that users are only given the minimum level of access necessary to perform their job functions? A. Zero trust. B. Least privilege. C. Confidentiality. D. Role-based access control. Correct answer. B. Least privilege. Least privilege ensures that users are granted only the minimum access necessary to perform their duties. Least privilege provides a reduced attack surface. If least privilege is not used, users may have excessive permissions and increase risk. Question 425. What is the social engineering tactic where an attacker physically follows an authorized person into a restricted area? A. Tailgating. B. Spear phishing. C. Vishing. D. Phishing. Correct answer. A. Tailgating. Tailgating occurs when an attacker gains unauthorized access to a restricted area by closely following an authorized person, bypassing security measures without proper credentials. Question 426. Which type of wireless threat involves overwhelming the wireless spectrum to disrupt communication? A. Deauthentication attack. B. Evil twin attack. C. Jamming. D. WPS attack. Correct answer. C. Jamming. Jamming is a wireless attack where an attacker floods the wireless frequency with noise or signals, preventing legitimate devices from communicating. It is a form of denial of service attack. Question 427. What is an air-gapped network? A. A network that uses only wireless connections. B. A network physically isolated from other networks. C. A network segmented by VLANs. D. A network segmented using firewalls. Correct answer. B. A network physically isolated from other networks. An air-gapped network is a system that is completely isolated from external networks, including the Internet, ensuring maximum security for sensitive systems. Without air-gapping, critical networks may become susceptible to external threats. Question 428. What is the purpose of authorization in network security? A. To verify a user's identity. B. To log user activity. C. To grant permissions based on a user's identity and role. D. To encrypt data in transit. Correct answer. C. To grant permissions based on a user's identity and role. Authorization determines access rights based on a user's identity and role. It ensures controlled access to designated resources. Without authorization, users might gain access to systems or data they are not permitted to. Question 429. How does keeping network diagrams and documentation up to date benefit an organization? A. It removes the need for future troubleshooting. B. It enables network issues to resolve on their own. C. It blocks unauthorized access to the network. D. It guarantees that all network configurations and changes are properly documented for future use. Correct answer. D. It guarantees that all network configurations and changes are properly documented for future use. Keeping network diagrams and documentation up to date helps IT teams understand the current network layout, making it easier to diagnose issues and implement future upgrades or changes effectively. Question 430. Why is collecting information from users a crucial first step in network troubleshooting? A. It helps identify patterns and symptoms that point to the underlying cause of the issue. B. It immediately fixes network problems without further investigation. C. It removes the need to check network logs or configurations. D. It ensures that hardware problems are always prioritized. Correct answer. A. It helps identify patterns and symptoms that point to the underlying cause of the issue. Gathering user reports offers important details about the issue, including its onset, the devices involved, and any error messages encountered. This information is crucial for pinpointing potential causes and narrowing down the source of the problem. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful for you, don't forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more practice questions and tips.